Yes, people, Chelsea have won the Conference League. We have complete the European set and have done what no other club has done before. We've done it. We've won it all, guys. We have beaten Real Betis 4-1. What a comeback, guys, by the way. I mean, second half FC, call us what you wish. We got it over the line. 4 goals scored by 4 players who have absolutely needed it. To top it off, Moises Caicedo, Player of the Year, getting the 4th goal. But yeah, what a second half display, guys. Honestly, over the moon to see these players lift this trophy, to see how much it means to them is just beyond me. So yes, this is what we set out to do, and it's what we achieved. So of course I'm happy. I said before the game that I'm not turning my nose up to this trophy because it's a trophy and these players have not won things. And I think, when we look at us as fans and how inferior we view this, because we have seen Chelsea teams of the past win Champions Leagues with an S, plural, compete for Premier Leagues, win Premier Leagues. Of course, we have won the best there is out there. But these players, guys, these current players haven't. And to them tonight, that trophy means a lot. For many of them, this is going to be the first trophy they set out to win in their careers. And hopefully it makes them dream for many, many more. But I am absolutely happy with the turnaround, just the performance as well. If you want to look at the performance in the second half in isolation, regardless of it being a final, to come out with that grit in the second half. Maresca fixed changes. We were all pretty angry with how he set us up in the first half, but yeah, guys, there we go. We've won it. We've won it all. So job done. Champions League football secured. Conference League won. Season's done. Let's move on. Dream bigger, become better, and hopefully progress to new heights. But we can leave this competition in the past and really look forward to what hopefully is going to be a much, much greater future. But guys, I am again super happy to see these players' reactions and what it means. I can't help but feel really, really happy for them, because again, it's just something that we have needed for confidence, for morale. Maresca, you could see how much it meant to him as well as a manager. So it is no time today for us fans to be, again, belittling what this trophy is. So absolutely ecstatic to have won it. But guys, welcome to the live show. We'll talk about the game and how it all unfolded. I hope everyone is doing well and you're happy, because it's done. We got the job done, guys. Hello, John. Good to see you in here. Eunice, hi to you too. Thank you so much for joining. And of course, up the Chelsea, an absolutely brilliant evening for these players and great to see them win. Big up, Nina. We've got it done and have completed the set. Yes, we have, Elia. It is honestly great. Betis certainly the biggest test of the tournament, but we knew that would be the case coming into this game, and we looked second best to them in that first half. I have to say, we were definitely second best to them in all aspects on that pitch. They definitely wanted it more, but that second half was a different ball game. It was a totally different game for us, and I'm just so happy that Maresca rectified things, because I can't tell you how fuming I was. I was like, surely not. This isn't how it goes. Chelsea, we've seen us struggle with Conference League displays in kind of the second half of the competition with the knockouts. It never seemed to be that convincing. And of course, Betis, a good side. I mean, Isco literally looked like levels above any of our players in that first half. He was brilliant. And again, bit of experience there. Champions League winner. It does wonders, apparently, clearly. But yeah, I mean, honestly, just very, very happy. Big up to you, Jordan. He has done it, done himself proud. The team, yeah, it was a first half sloppy display, but we got things done. Reece James, take a bow, mate, because that is true captain there, without needing to be the loudest guy on the pitch, just to come on and actually instigate change on the pitch. That's captain energy. That is a real captain. And, his presence goes beyond anything that we had on the pitch in the first half. So big game changer. And Cole Palmer, of course, who we'll get on to, because man of the match for me tonight. But yeah, guys, I mean, what a night. To everyone who's just joined, hello. Join me as I celebrate. And as you can see, I'm very, very happy about this win, because I said I want this. I, as a fan, not necessarily for myself, but for the players, knowing what it means to them, to see their faces at full time as well, how they celebrated. That is literally what it means. And I know we want the very best, but these players need to taste this first and hopefully go on to reach new heights, crave even bigger things. But yeah, so thrilled tonight. Eunice, thank you so much for your kind comment. I'm very happy that you appreciate the videos. I appreciate your support, so thank you so much. London is and always will be blue indeed, Michael, absolutely. Ryan, thank you very much for the super chat. Betis played into Chelsea's hands. Their centre-backs weren't stepping out enough. So Palmer and Enzo were getting too much of the ball and pinned Betis back. A reminder that we won the league and Virtus clear of Palmer. You know what, Ryan? I am not even going to respond to that last bit tonight, mate, because I'm very, very happy. But, you know, I think Betis simply just did crumble after that equaliser, the second goal. I mean, it took about 5 minutes to turn it around scoreline wise, and I think, you know, the pressure did get to them. But I think as well, we just strengthened our squad in that second half, and, you know, Maresca switched things up tactically. Once the emotions are out the way, we'll look at this game and what kind of changed in the second half to lead to the 4 goals that we scored. Why is my laptop not charging? Let me just plug that in, guys, otherwise I'm gonna, yeah, there we go. That's plugged in and charging. So yeah, honestly, things really changed, and we'll talk about the change. So yeah, but Ryan, thank you very much for the donation, mate. Caicedo scored. Cole Palmer, Reece James, Cucurella, Sancho, and the rest played their hearts out for Chelsea. Absolutely, guys, and this is what it's all about. You just want to see your players out there fighting to win something together, united, even when trailing till the sort of second half, 60th minute, to still pull it out the bag, pull your socks up and work hard to come back. No complaints. This is what you have to do in a final. And today they understood that assignment. So yeah, really happy. Um, but honestly, guys, really happy. Yeah, absolutely. Look beautiful as always. Thank you so much, Jordan. Hope you're enjoying the win. Big up to you, Daniel. Thank you so much for joining. We are back. We are so back. We're back in the Champions League, that's for sure. And at least, yeah, fine, we were in the Conference League, but we won it and we dipped, okay, and we only just made history. So not so bad when you look at it as well. You know, we got our rosy sunglasses on, and we're just taking this for what it is. A win, a trophy, silverware, full stop. Yeah, so no, really great. I realise I'm literally rapping at you like Eminem right now, but a lot of emotions. And yeah, I was watching the game with mom and dad, and like dad and I just weren't even talking in the first half because we were just like, oh, this is so bad. And then after the equaliser and the second goal, yeah, it was just pretty amazing. And yeah, I celebrated all the goals like I would celebrate in any other game, and I am happy about this win and this trophy, as I am about any other one. Because like I said, I think, guys, if the biggest takeaway you can have from me about this win and this trophy, it may not mean much to fans as a trophy, but it means everything for the players. And we are fans of the club, but we're also fans of the team and the players. Therefore, for us, we should be happy, and we are so happy for them. So that's just the message I want to leave out there for anyone who's belittling this and saying that, yeah, that's that. But yeah, big up to you. Oh, sorry, it just froze. Big up to you, Zid Talks. Hope everyone is well. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button for the Chelsea, for the trophy, for Champions League football next year, just for the future and everything there is to be excited about, guys. Really great. Just joined, great to see you. Never expected us to score 4. Neither did I predicted 3-1, but I happily take 4 as well. And just the goals as well, guys, how beautiful every single goal was. And we'll talk about the goals in just a moment. Champions of Europe indeed. Cucurella pocketed Anthony. I actually, when we get into the tactics and the breakdown of the game, I will talk about this actually, because I think a massive part of Maresca's setup today was for Cucurella leader to stick with Anthony to a point where he just couldn't help us much offensively, because he knew that Anthony would outpace Cucurella on counters, etc. But I think most part did a really good job. Anthony was really nowhere to be found today, guys. One Manchester United loanee had a good game, and he was in blue, that's for sure. So happy, but I never want to play in this competition again. Yep, exactly right. So true. I realize I'm so behind on your comments. Kaysen, good to see you in here. How would I rate the season out of 10? Because of meeting the expectations, I'd say, for meeting the expectations, it's 10 out of 10, right? Because we got into the Champions League and we won the Conference League. But I might personally wanted us to go for a domestic cup. I wanted us to win more convincingly. So for that, it'd probably come a little bit further down, but you could still say a solid 7, 8. So yeah, thank you so much for the content. Thank you for watching the content. Should celebrate with a glass of champagne. I have had a gin and tonic. Now I'm on the water. But yeah, absolutely, guys. Have your drinks, have your beers, have your cakes. I also had some cake tonight. So very happy with that. Everyone was saying that Anthony was going to cook us, but guess what? He didn't. He got shot down. Indeed, Daniel, he absolutely did. Yeah, right on the money there, Mohammed. The young squad did need to get this feeling. And I said, it's not about the feeling for the fans. It's all about the feeling for the players because, we know that this team, how many winners do we have in this team? Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, a player that has never won a Champions League isn't going to turn away or look down on this trophy because in order to actually crave to compete for bigger trophies, you have to know or at least have had a taste of winning these so-called inferior ones. So no belittling this trophy from me, guys, tonight. Absolutely not. Congrats, Nina. Thank you very much. Would I consider this season a success? Kaysen asks. Yes, for the expectations, because we got into the Champions League again and we won the Conference League. But in terms of success for Chelsea overall, we know that we want to be in there again, competing for the league. At some point, we want to also, I personally want to win a final at Wembley. So win a domestic cup, that would be great. But in terms of expectations, we met the expectations this year, guys. So look ahead, move on. It wasn't always pretty. It wasn't convincing. We know what we need to do. A massive transfer window awaits us. But let's be happy. Let's be happy. Cole Palmer, player of the match, absolutely deservingly. I mean, he literally came onto the pitch in the second half and said, right, it is time for creativity. That man was a magic man. And I always said Cole Palmer is a player for finals. Like, if you guys remember, he scored, I'm pretty sure, in 2 finals at Man City. He scored at the Euros. He scored in the under-21 finals. He scored for Chelsea today in a final. We are talking big game player. Not always and hasn't always maybe been there with goals and assists all the time this season or keeping the numbers. Still great G&A, by the way. But in terms of creativity and what he brings to the team, you saw that tonight. He literally upgraded our whole team just by creating and making something of nothing, pretty much, attacking those spaces. So really happy for him. Shin, thank you very much for the donation. Very grateful for that. Hello, Nina. Congrats on the win as a Barcelona Shula. I have to say, we will be waiting for you next season in the Champions League. Winning all 5 Euro trophies is a accomplishment. Be loud and be proud. Thank you very much, mate. Hope to meet you there in the Champions League next year. But definitely just, we know where we are currently. It's been a difficult few years. This is the first trophy under the new regime since the takeover. So again, like, we have to appreciate it. It's not been smooth sailing, it's not been easy, but these players needed to lift something, and I'm absolutely thrilled that we won this tonight. But really appreciate the support, mate. Thank you so much, and congratulations on your season as well. But yeah, so oh god, I'm so behind on all of your comments, but thanks to everyone who's joined and is watching. But yeah, no, it's absolutely brilliant. Let's have a look to see who else is in here. Oh, we're talking about our final, but we've got the Champions League final this weekend. I personally think that Inter will win on at this weekend, but I'm hoping for a really good game of football, to be honest, to watch as a neutral. But we'll see what happens. But I think Inter win it. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Charlotte. I certainly will enjoy it. Yes, we absolutely did do it. Really, really, really great. Ilias asked, do you want Chelsea to keep Jadon Sancho? Do I want Chelsea to keep Jadon Sancho? I certainly think that, you know, he has been better than we have perhaps seen, and there is still a lot more from him to see. I think he's often been quite unlucky, but, you know, where we've dropped off with goals this season, we can see that we've really missed a box presence. I just wonder what a team with an actual out number 9 that's not Nicholas Jackson, no offense, can how much more Sancho can improve his game, if that makes sense. Like what we would do, what Jadon Sancho we would have if we have a centre forward that can actually be meeting some of his crosses, that can link up with him. But that goal he scored today, that was quality. And we obviously saw him score a similar goal couple months ago. But you know, Jadon Sancho, I think we absolutely appreciate him. You can see how much it means to him as well. He took off the shirt for the celebration, absolutely brilliant. So very, very, very happy from that regard. Ryan says I bet Chelsea signed Ekitike. He's an absolute fraud. He made me actually consider keeping Nunes over him. Then I remembered that Nunes is the dumbest footballer ever I've seen play the sport. We won it 6 times. Ryan, I get that you won the league, mate, but it's all about the Conference League here tonight. So this is what we are all celebrating here. Congratulations on your win. I'm not a big fan of Ekitike. Have spoken about him elsewhere, but we'll get into all the transfer news once the emotions have passed from tonight. But yeah, thank you for the donation anyway though, mate. Appreciated. Ella, lovely to see you in here. Yes, we did it, girl. What a night, what a brilliant performance in the second half. Such a good display. But hope you're well. Really, really nice to see you in here. Congrats from Dublin. Parma was the key, certainly was, David. And regards to Dublin, really, really great night for us. Bye Thursday nights. Come on, you Blues. Absolutely. As much as Thursday nights have been an interesting deviation from what we're used to, I'm perfectly happy to go back to Tuesday, Wednesday. So thank you very much. We did it. We absolutely did it. Cole Palmer is a big game player, just like how he did it for England and City in the under-21s. He's done it again, absolutely, just like I said. Oh my God, I'm so glad that you brought this up, Jordan. They interviewed Reece and Palmer after the game. It's been a success season and they didn't answer at all. Me and Dad were literally cracking up at their interview because Cole Palmer was literally stood there like staring into space. Like, honestly, that guy, what was he thinking about? But it was just so funny. And yeah, you're right, because Reece got asked first and then he was like, well, ask Cole, and then Cole said ask the captain. I just thought that was a really nice moment. But look, they're not stupid. They know that there's still things to do, things to dream of, but it is a journey. It has been a journey, and at least they accomplished what they set out to do from the start of the season. So for that, we can actually appreciate that it was done. Obviously, things to improve. We're not living in a bubble, guys. We completely understand that there are things to improve, things to do, but for now, in isolation of what this means for us, it's yeah, it's pretty good, pretty big. So yeah, really great to see all the celebrations. And yeah, I mean, everyone out in Poland, there's going to be some hurting heads tomorrow because they have absolutely been living it up since pretty much Monday. I know a lot of people have been out there since Monday and through to like Friday, so they're going to be on an absolute crazy one this week, as they should. So yeah, let me just go through a few further comments here, guys, because oh my God, I mean, everyone's clearly as thrilled as I am. And again, I said I'm not going to pretend to be one of those fans that didn't ever care about this competition. You know, I mean, I wasn't going to lose sleep over the games that we didn't necessarily perform amazingly in. However, I always cared because I thought it was so important for the players. Fan aside, pride aside, ego aside, we know what we've got going on here with these young players, and we know that they absolutely are on a journey here to win things, to get better, to improve, and there's a whole lot more to dream of. Did you know all big London clubs won a trophy this season? David, oh my goodness, Cole Palmer was absolute class in the second half, and I think the team should be built around him. But the biggest hurdle to this are the owners and how they are running the club. Yeah, agree, David. And again, there's a lot of truth there in your observation, May. And we know that things behind the scenes aren't always filling us with loads of confidence for the future, but it was at least nice to see them all kind of come together at the end on the pitch and sort of, talk, well, kind of, share the moment with the fans, etc. And yeah, like they still of course need to own up to loads of things that have gone wrong, but overall it's all about getting the job done and getting over the line to get back into UCL football. I almost feel like today was always a stimulus for Sunday to be as huge as it was, and use today as an almost a motivation to not get to where we were today again, if that makes sense. But yeah, Cole Palmer, I mean, take a bow. The way that he just reacted at full time was as if, this is just what he does. It is just what he does. But it is certainly it was, yeah, the assists were absolute madness. And yeah, once I get through a few more of your comments, I will try and talk about the game in a little bit more sort of, what's the word, get my tactical glasses on, if you like, talk about the setup and what kind of went wrong in the first half. But yeah, no, we are absolutely thrilled. Yeah, God, I've literally just spoken at you non-stop for 21 minutes, guys. Thanks to everyone who's just joined. Hope everyone is doing well. To all the Chelsea fans, congratulations. We're just soaking this up here. Reminder to hit the like button on the stream and subscribe to the channel. If you're new, if you would also like to get all the kind of post-match reaction from Poland, then you can go over to Chelsea Fan TV later, where you'll have a few clips of videos and stuff, so that you can see the atmosphere and things. But yeah, so let's have a look then. Shall we talk about the setup then, guys? Shall we talk about the game? Because at first glance, when we saw that lineup, I raised my eyebrows to the fact that Reece James wasn't in there. Maresca alluded to the fact that there would be rotation prior to the game today, because of obviously Sunday, a lot of players have been getting minutes, but also you look at players like Reece James, who has been slowly managed and is slowly being built into be introduced into more games. But him not starting, I think tonight was a big blow, because you need your captain in a game like this. And obviously Enzo Fernandez has been great for us. He has led us out when Reece James has not been there, but I think he was a big part of it. And also even bigger part of it was that Maresca has seen and utilised Malo Gusto in this kind of inverted role pretty much all season. And a lot of these games where, Gusto had played in that role, he, one, didn't understand that role, and two, just didn't even look anything like he was last season. And at times I was kind of umming and ahhing about it, thinking, he's still a young player. He has still a lot to learn. Maybe it's just like an individual personal thing, but actually when you look at the way that Maresca has played him, I think he personally has been responsible for some of that regression. And I think tonight that was showing. And I think the reason Cucurella wasn't the one inverting was because he had a big job with Anthony supposedly in his hands. Everyone all heard the noise around Anthony before this game. Obviously, Maresca would have watched loads of Betis's games, knowing that a lot of threat does come down that right-hand side, and Anthony has been a big part of their goal threat since he arrived. So that was probably a reason that Cucurella had to be a little bit more reserved in how much he contributed to our attack. And it meant that a lot of the time that, again, we saw this sort of getting either to the sides or the flanks, the edge of the area, and then having to pass it back because there was really no one to link up with. Jackson was again doing what Jackson does best and gravitating towards the wings, leaving absolutely nobody there in the middle. And it just seemed like things were really off. I didn't understand why Madueke was out on the left. Why Madueke and Neto had swapped. They obviously switched towards the end of the first half, but to me, again, that was just a little bit too late. Madueke on the left looked really confused. Everything about his angles looked weird, and he wasn't able to cross or run at his man like he does on the right. And even though Neto can play on both sides, I still think like his contribution was lacking as well. And then when they switched, I think got a little bit better. Madueke had a couple good crosses in this game that also could have been assists, and led to a goal contribution, but it was so off in that first half. And again, it seemed like every time Betis just hit us on a counter, it could have been a goal. And I think we also felt lucky on a couple of occasions not to concede, because they could have scored more than that one goal tonight. And again, Betis will probably walk away kind of frustrated in that game, because after the equaliser, especially with how quickly the second goal came from us, it almost just seemed like they cracked completely. But to us fans, the problems were glaring in that first half, and we were just begging. Even I said to Dad at minute 20, I was like, Dad, please can Maresca be just like what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Just killer instinct right now. Bring Malagusto off, bring Reece James on. He was like, he's not going to do it in the 25th minute. And I was like, please, like, he absolutely has to, because this isn't working. And we need Reece for a number of reasons. Footballing, leadership, just to have our captain on there. And we've seen it every time he has come on since he's been injured, since he's been back from his injury. Where he's come on, he's made a difference. Like, hello, it's Reece James after all. And yeah, and for me it just wasn't working. We were all literally shouting about it. And when Gusto came off, I think, it was almost like both were true. Gusto coming off making a difference, but even bigger, James actually coming on and being there. So both were true, right? And I'm really glad to see that Maresca fixed it, because there was definitely time to fix it. And Dad and I were chatting, and he said, "Oh, we usually sleep in the first half." Well, we were asleep the whole first half. We were in hibernation. We were like, "Yeah, just wake us up when it's the second half, because that's when we're gonna get up and play." And that's exactly what we did. We literally woke up in the second half. But it was nice to see that Maresca's substitutions were very snappy, very there was a lot of justification behind his substitutions. Like, off the top of my head now, let's just go and have a look again about how he made the substitutions, because they almost added to every next goal that came. Certainly. Committed, yes, thank you, Amir. Committed is the word I was looking for. So yeah, I think that once obviously the first foremost big difference was Malagusto coming off for Reece James, and then of course he brought on Colwill, who, let's be real, had obviously he scored the winning goal. He's on a high from Sunday, but also because Badiashile was on a yellow. And I'm not ever one to complain about referees, guys. You know this. If you watch my channel, I'm not someone who will sit and bang on about a referee after a game. It just, yeah. However, the officiating in that game was a little bit questionable, I just have to say. Anyways, we move on. That's the only thing I will say on that. But it was pretty questionable. Like, some of the calls he made on fouls. Yeah. And then, yeah, of course, Jadon Sancho came on for Neto, which was the better decision, because, again, I wanted to see how Neto, it's interesting. Neto is one of those players that he's got a great work ethic. He does a lot, but sometimes we just need a little bit more, and that wasn't quite there. Oh my god, this is so cool. Hey Vilisuava, got the same surname matching. Up the Chelsea Seeds, keep the blue flag flying high. Много благодаря. Anyways, yeah, so obviously that was a good substitution in itself as well. And then Jadon Sancho, I mean, Jadon Sancho, guys, what a performance from him. He came on and he almost instantly looked like one of our best wingers. Up until that point, he was on for like 10 minutes. But yeah, Jadon Sancho, what we have literally been begging him to do, just shoot all season. And where he scored some wonderful goals. So I wish we could have seen more from that. Obviously, we are yet to see what his future looks like, whether he is going to be part of our season, whether he's not. But that was just such a beautiful individual moment of brilliance there from Sancho with that goal. So really happy to see him score that. And obviously equally Dewsbury Hall coming on when we're on the note of substitution. It was really nice to see him actually give out minutes to players who have been a pretty big part of our competition. You know, Dewsbury Hall, like when we joked at the start of the season, he was part of our B team, wasn't he? Like we called it the B team. And Dewsbury Hall has played a lot of these games and he's contributed. You know, he scored a couple goals in the Conference League, but I always think, you know, I'm not a massive fan. I think in the Premier League, it's almost too big of a job for him to do. But there you go. He initiated that attack and he was very, very cool, very, very rapid. So really, really brilliant for him to set up that goal as well when he came on. And yeah, and then we just thought 3-1. Surely that is done and dusted. But no, we had another goal in. Cole Palmer got a standing ovation, of course, when he came off, and deservingly as well. I mean, Cole Palmer is just absolutely insane, guys. That's all I have to say. And he's been insane all season still. Don't get it twisted. I know he drops off with goals, but again, Cole Palmer, it isn't all just about goals with him. You know, he brings so much more to the team. I think certainly up there. Again, I think if he's not in the top, he is definitely in like the top 2 or 3 is at the start of chances created in the Premier League. So that just shows you how much he does for this team. He doesn't need to score the goals. He doesn't need to always assist, but there you go. When he does, it's absolutely brilliant. And just the way that he turned from his man, such a brilliant creation, so genius. And I thought, you know, with Jackson's goal, I was at first thinking it was a header. And then I was like, oh, no, never mind. It was a shoulder or whatever. And then Jackson did what he does best. At a chance to actually be the one who added another goal or potentially be able to square it to Jackson, you know, that opportunity where he hit it on a counter, and then that last touch was so heavy it was literally a pass to their keeper. It's actually never mind, guys, never mind. I didn't want to score. I didn't want to score. So that was the Jackson that we know there. So yeah, I mean, it's just Nicholas Jackson, isn't it? But yeah, no, really, really great, to be honest. I'm so thrilled about the individual goals. Enzo Fernandez, that was probably like textbook centre forward goal. That obviously the Cole Palmer assist was brilliant in itself. But sorry, how are you telling me that one of our shortest players can score goals like that? Like, how are you telling me that he can? It's not the first time he's done it. Mind you, it's not the second. And it's not the third. Can someone tell me how many headers Enzo Fernandez has scored for us? Like, not even this season, because I know he scored some headers last season as well. But just absolutely amazing, honestly, absolutely amazing. So I'm so thrilled. But guys, I do want to take a moment, not that there's probably any Betis fans watching here today, but I do just want to say a big congratulations to them, because we knew it'd be a tough test. In that first half, they seriously made us look second best to them, and they just showed why they would be our toughest test. It was kind of heartbreaking to see some of the full-time scenes from the crowd when the camera panned to them, because again, this was their chance to win. It was our chance to complete the set, but it was their chance to win a European trophy, full stop. So again, disparity on the night was quite something. But again, I am really, really eager to say they deserve a massive congratulations, because it was truly something incredible for them to even to get to this point as well. And obviously Pellegrini has done some wonders for them since he's managed them. They've won the Copa del Rey, haven't they? They're playing consistently in Europe, so for them, they still have a high ceiling. They've got some great players there, but unfortunately in that second half, we were just taking no prisoners. We were like, bam, 4 goals. Absolutely brilliant, guys. So yeah, I am pretty happy tonight. Like I said, I do want to emphasize that this may not mean much to the fans, but it means everything to the players. And tonight, or whenever you guys, tomorrow, the day after, you'll be scrolling through your social media and you will be seeing all the pictures and all the photos of the players celebrating with the trophy, posing with the trophy, the celebrations. You can mock us about the Champions League celebrations, but you certainly can't mock these players for celebrating a Conference League trophy when many of them haven't won anything, full stop. So again, like, I'm sure there's a nicer way of saying this, but beggars can't be choosers. It is great. And then that means this is your foundation. Let's learn from this, guys. It got to this stage because we haven't been good enough in the last couple of years. It got to this stage. At least we overcome the test and we're out of it as well because we got our job done on Sunday. So now it truly can be looking ahead to the future and just hoping for a better, yeah, a better next year. But I am going to love and leave you guys in about 5 minutes or so because I'm going to go on 5 Live to talk about our big win in the Conference League. But yeah, guys, let me know if you have any other thoughts you'd like to share about the final, if I've missed anything, we haven't discussed anything. Overall, again, I'm just so happy for this group of players. To see Reece lift the trophy as well, when he pretty much is the one player that probably knows and understands just how much change the club has undergone. He has seen people come and go literally all the time at this club in the last few years. And I think, you know, it is just a testament to him as a player, as a leader, as someone who's been in and out of injuries and the medical room, to keep going and to actually help this team out, honestly. So yeah, that is just it, guys. But let me know if you guys have any thoughts, anything else you'd like to share. From here on, what's next, guys? No rest, straight into another competition. Fancy another trophy? Yeah, we do. Let's go for it. Club World Cup, here we come. Literally just about a couple weeks time. Actually less than that, isn't it? It pretty much starts the week after next week. So yeah, there we go. A little bit time to rest, a little bit of time to celebrate. But that will be that. That will be that, guys. But yeah, what you can expect from me, I'm going to do a special little season wrapped video, look back at our best and worst moments, what we have done well, what we could have improved. You'll also get your transfer news videos because, again, we are straight in there. Big summer transfer window, guys. Absolutely massive for our future. So we'll see how that plays out. I do want to take this moment while I'm live to say a thank you very much for all your support this season, for everything that you have helped me out with, for all your support, your lovely comments, just making this whole YouTube journey all the more entertaining. Really appreciate and love every single one of you, so thank you, it means the world. But yeah, we're not done. Lots and lots to look forward to, so make sure that you are here for it, guys. But yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Up the Chelsea, guys. We have won it all. Sleep tight, Chelsea fans. On to the next. Thank you so much. Hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Big up yourselves, and I will see you very soon.